Hey, what's up guys, WhirlXbow back here, and today we are going to be playing some Rivendare Warrior. We played a different version of this deck, I want to say like 2 months ago, but I found this version and honestly it looks pretty fucking cool. Um, yeah, I don't have much else to say, but the idea of cheating on a Thaddius to then combo off and kill a whole bunch of Rivendares is really cool. Therefore, how about we try to pop off in a game and see how it works? With that being said, let's cue the first one and let's see how it goes. I guess yeah, I'll see y'all. All right, first game, Warrior v Warrior. Okay, I don't have any other. All right, it's just 4 mana or draw two. Mull this. Let's get the rest. I'm not 100% sure of how well this deck is going to perform, but if we're playing as a control deck, I feel like our odds are much better. Oh, sorry. I am absurdly tired today. I won't lie. The last couple days I've been recording before I went to work, and today I only got to a point where, honestly, I got to get into English is a hard language to speak, but I got to go into work a little bit later than I had been, and I kind of woke up and was like, I need to be at work in 30 minutes. So, hey. Yeah. I don't have much else. Whoops. I don't have much else to say about that. I'm just beyond exhausted. Um, from what I know, this deck pops off on odd turns, like odd mana turns. So next turn we can theoretically. We want to play a whole bunch of even cost cards. Therefore, on odd turns, this card becomes insane, especially with copy effects, and our whole deck then costs 0. Alright. See if we can get this to work. I'm not 1,000% sure about how everything works, but we're gonna try our best. Do that. Do this. Draw some cards. This. Draw 2 then. Don't know how we're supposed to kill this originally, but do that. This. Draw 4 out of our hand. Ooh, that's not ideal. But this should work out, right? This deals damage to all. Ah. I don't know what to say. Honestly, I'm like, oh yeah, let's see if we can pop off, you know, like, I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing, and then proceed to be like, oh wait, this just kills my opponent. Huh. Alrighty. And then I won the game. That was insane. Okay. You know, I don't I'm trying to think of things to say about that, but I'm just like, I'm staring at the victory screen like, didn't see that coming, but I'll take it. Anyways, with all that being said, how about we keep the first one and or not the first one, we won the first one. Let's keep the next one and let's hopefully continue. Alright guys, yeah, with that being said, I'll see y'all then. Alright. Again, I'm tired as fuck, so commentary might be a little bit weak. Let's keep the chemical spell. Again, we want to go off on odd turns, therefore keeping these odd cost spells is like not bad. Sorry. Like keeping chemical spell is not bad. We have 5 draws, right? Last stand, stolen goods, or 4 draws, sorry. So we need to draw a clone effect. Because that's the thing, right? We can draw Rivendare while miracling, so. Yeah. We do want to have an even cost minion to test before we play Battleworn Faceless. Right? You could be playing the charge version. Like, there's a version of this deck that plays charge and you kill your opponent by, like, giving a Thaddius charge and popping it a whole bunch. This version... Okay, this is after 1 game. Feels a little too strong. I won't lie. Ugh. Also, the stolen goods then draw the Rivendare token that has taunt. That's really good, huh? So right now we can realistically pop off on 5. It all depends what we draw, right? Probably just hero power play this. Honestly, us taking damage for 2 here is kind of beneficial. Especially weaker to this. Huh. There's a faceless and a dash. Well, no, because Thaddius then makes it cost 2, therefore we're able to pop off with it. Alright. Okay, so now I only have to really worry if I see objection cast, right? I just need to make sure to copy it afterwards. Yeah, that's the issue. Oh, that's not ideal. A little bit worrisome, I won't lie. Okay, we can okay. So we have to wait another turn before trying to pop off. We can't do it next turn, we can do it the turn after that. So I might actually just cast Light of the Phoenix next turn just to draw 2 cards, see what I'm holding in hand. See if that allows me to pop off. So I need to hit like card draw, right? Like my big 2 draws here are hopefully gonna be card draw. Or another even cost minion plus card draw. Okay, perfect. Now I can test. Plus I don't have any other. Hopefully I don't burn something good. Burning Faceless would be like the worst burn in my deck. The rest of my deck cycles basically besides Aftershock. Probably the best burn would be like Actually, doesn't. Cast with this. I have to wait an additional. A really good draw. Okay. Our hand is now actually insane. That's an ice block now that he. I know the fact that's an ice block that he has up. Alright. Now, how many cards in our deck don't draw cards? Char, Aftershock, and that's it. There's 2 cards in our deck that don't cycle. The rest of them do. We have Prized Amalgam. That helps with it. Alright, we have to. This is even. Right. So that draws 2, or that draws. Hey! Turns out Ice Block does not prevent you from having your hero. Get got. Get got. This deck feels insane. Am I tripping? You don't have minions, so Imbue Mage can't really like pop off too hard against you. Like he had a really solid start, honestly. Like if I was playing an aggro deck, I'm pretty sure I'd lost that game to like a Reckless. Like with 6 damage, a hero power. Even just doing it like 4 times with means I have like 2 health. Like I probably die. This deck feels insane. Like absolutely insane. This doesn't make sense. Anyways, let's try to continue abusing Rivendare. It's actually pretty fun, not gonna lie. This is one of the more fun combo decks I've tried in recent memory. So how about we keep the next one and hopefully continue to. Alright. Shaman, I'm a little worried because the way they cheat out minions is really good. Play Fae Trickster on 3, Stolen Goods on 4. Try to pop off on 5. It's so interesting because we're playing a combo deck that can only really pop off on odd mana turn. You know, so it kind of changes like our whole game plan. Sanitize is actually pretty solid. We just need to draw, ideally, either Bash or Shield Block to like fully. Our hand is actually looking. Won't lie. stolen goods for return. Stolen. I should have poked the 4/3. But now you can technically frostbite his own minion, prevent me from actually popping. To be fair, I'm also at 5 health, right? He has 11 damage on board. Being at 5 is a little scary. That's not ideal. This shuts off a lot of the card drive. I have to fucking go off. These cost $1 million. Oh, I forgot that these are battle cries. Oh, well, did not see that coming as the way I lost. Honestly, I thought there was going to be a lot of ways I'd lose. Failing the combo, that type of thing, but not making my battle cries cost. Anyways, we have time for another one, so let's queue it up. Alright. Paladingo. I can keep. Can potentially play on 3. Alright, we have a shitload of card draw in our hand. This is another way to draw a card. Really nice. Well, to draw our combo. By the way, I don't think I've said it yet, so I hope everybody has a beverage. I'm currently drinking myself a nice cold brewski. As you know me to do, right? Like that's. Thought I played this. I'm like, wait, how the fuck did I draw a spell? And then I'm like, oh no, I played. Draw cards equal to the amount of menage remaining you have on. Sorry. And when I found this deck, I was like, yo, this deck looks. I was like, found this deck this morning before I went to work. I'm like, I saw a quick video of a guy popping off on his turn. Is a touch. I found it on the website I normally use to find deck. And yeah. Beautiful. Damaging me is okay. We have a shitload of card draw. We have copy. How many cards do we have? Like we have what, 8 in hand? We go up to 9. 9 minus 4. This should be GG, I think. Okay. Got there again. Bro, this deck is so insane. This is like what? We've won 2 games on 5. Would have most likely run 3 if it wasn't for Bully, which is a card that like one deck in the game plays. And won another one later on because we were playing very safe against a mage. That is insane. Like, again, for my first time play, like I've played Thaddius combo before. So I've played the charge deck. But I've never played this version, and the fact that I've won now, realistically, I could have won 4 out of 4, or yeah, 4 out of 4. Bully being again a card that one deck plays. I mean, the reason we lost is mental. Like it just does not make sense in my head. Anyways, with that being said, we have time for one last one, maybe 2. I don't quite know time wise, but let's keep the next one. Alrighty. Last matchup is against another Shaman. A small bash, small Char. I think it's pretty easy to cycle through the entire deck on combo turn. So I don't think necessarily keeping Char in our hand is like that good. Another random thing I want to talk about. So I don't know when it was announced. I don't know if it was earlier than today or not. Well, for me, it's yesterday. As of 1 a.m. So I guess it was technically yesterday. To me, again, I've mentioned this before on the channel, but my days start when I wake up and end when I go to sleep. That's how my life, right? Again, I work in a kitchen, therefore sometimes your days start at like 5 p.m. You know, like work-wise, therefore waking up at, you know, most people wake up what, 2 to 3 hours before they go to work or before they have to clock into work. Like say if you start at like 9, a lot of people will wake up at like between 6 and 7. It is what it is, right? Yeah. So like to me, like the whole idea of days are certain time periods doesn't really make sense. It's to me, it's again, it works very much as it starts when I wake up, it ends when I go to sleep. I've never personally slept 24 hours, but I have met some people that believe like the same thing I believe when it comes to days, and then have just like stayed awake for like 72 plus hours, and then like slept for 24. Like some wild shit. I've heard some wild stories. Yeah, I've stayed awake for the longest I've ever stayed awake for was like 80 hours. It was not a pleasant experience. It was like in the middle of finals, or it was right after finals, and it was in the middle of um like doing like a final project. So it severely fucked with my head. That period. You're awake for so many days straight. First of all, you feel like shit. I don't know a single person that can stay awake for. First of all, I know very few people who can actually stay awake for 24 hours. Not to mention more than that. But it fucks with your head. Like straight up. It fucks with your head completely. You don't feel right. Things just don't make sense. It's wild. I do not recommend it to anyone. But having done it, are you serious? That's like the worst deck. That's fine. But yeah, My whole idea of days works for some people, doesn't work for others. It is what it is. I also, the last thing I would do would be recommend someone following my footsteps. I know me, I know this is really greedy. Ooh. Are you for fucking, I hate this game. Are you for, I have 3 minions in hand. To be fair. Only like one of them, like it was a 33% chance of it going great, 33% chance of it going okay, and then 33% chance of just losing the game. Oh, that's obnoxious. Super fucking obnoxious. Again, it's even worse because I had the game 1 on 5, but I fucking drew Overload on my opponent's turn for a card that I don't know why the fuck he's running in a Shudderwalk build. That's fucking rough. But it is what it is, I guess. I was gonna say we have time for another one, but it's like I typically stop. I shouldn't say stop recording, but like I'll play a last game when it's at 30 minutes on my recording. Right now, it's at 29 minutes and 50 seconds. So that's like counts like time between games and whatnot. So I'm not gonna play another one. Partially because I do want to. I have 2 more days of work left, and we're normally closed on Sunday. But I have Saturday and Sunday still to work, and Sunday's gonna be a long fucking day. So it's gonna be interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna say that was the last one. It sucks that we lost to both shamans we played against, but both of them were variants. Again, one of them was a 33%er. Because we could have won with, well, no, Rivendare at 2 is a little bit rough. It was equal odds for him to eat Thaddius as it was for him to eat. Therefore, it's a little rough. Yeah, if you would have eaten the Stoneskin, no doubt in my mind we won that game. If we didn't hit Bully in game 3, we would have won that game. It is what it is, you know. We're still +1, and I still think this deck is insane, especially if you're not hitting Shamans, which is typically the only class that will actually have a way to prevent your combo. And due to the amount of card draw and like tutors you're playing, you should be able to like hit it pretty consistently. And I feel like we saw that in today's video where like every game we've played, right, all 5 games we were able to pop off a 5. I think it definitely helps the fact that all of our cards cycle basically, either cycle or tutor pieces. Besides combo pieces themselves, Rivendare, Sanitize, Char, and some of the removal, but hey, it is what it is. Anyways, I'm gonna end it off here. As I said, fucking suck. I want to go to bed. I won't. I would highly recommend playing. I think this deck is really cool and one of the more interesting takes on Rivendare. And it's a Warrior Rivendare deck that actually works. You know, pretty fun. Anyways, with all that being said, I don't have much else to say. So I hope y'all enjoyed today's video. If you guys did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe as always. Follow me on Twitch and Twitter. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see y'all in the next one. Alright, guys? Yeah. That being said, I will see y'all there. Peace.